Hello friends, in this video I'm going to talk about incremental approach in ETL batch processing. In my previous video, I explained about an ETL architecture in detail, and I'll provide the link in the description. If you want, you can refer to that video. So in this video, let's talk about how to achieve an incremental extract and load the data into a data warehouse using ELT approach. So let's take an example of a huge sales fact table, so which is getting loaded from a POS or OLTP system on a real-time basis, and the data needs to be extracted on a nightly basis, or I would say every night the data needs to be extracted from the source, and it has to be loaded into a data warehouse. So in order to achieve this, uh, we apply a concept called as a ETL watermark. So ETL watermarking is nothing but it's about defining a time window uh, for our data extraction. So generally, in any table, we will find an ETL audit fields like create timestamp or update timestamp. So with the help of these uh, fields, audit fields, we'll define what is the low watermark. When we say low watermark, it is the timestamp of the records that was loaded from the previous day's load or the previous load, or the high timestamp is a new record, or I would say the timestamp until when we need to extract the records. So whenever in any ETL schedule, so we keep some buffer. So we don't keep the timestamp as the current timestamp. Rather, it will be kept an hour or 30 minutes before the start of the load. So, and basically these information uh, will either be stored into a metadata file, or even it can be kept inside a table. And whenever while supplying a source extraction query, so we need to supply these conditions as a date range in the source query. So in this example, if you see, so I'm doing a select star on the sales table, and so with the help of low TS and high TS, I'm able to define a time window. So with the help of this query, so we will be able to extract whatever the records that got loaded since the last load, and we will keep a, like as I mentioned, we will have some buffer time before the start of the load. So so this is how we extract the data. We'll identify what are the new records or the modified records, and it will be extracted. And in general, so the way how the table will be loaded is whenever any new record is inserted into this fact table, so the create timestamp will be it will be loaded with the create timestamp. Let's say once after the record is loaded, and if the same record is updated, then the update timestamp will be updated. So with the help of these create timestamp and update timestamp, we can define a date range and define our source query. So basically, this will act as our incremental extract. And this is about ETL watermarking. So like as I mentioned in my previous video, so ETL is all about a contemporary approach, and in every data, any modern data warehouse, we follow only the ELT approach. So as a next step, once we extract the data from the source, it needs to be ingested. It needs to be ingested as a flat file. It could be of any format like a CSV or anything. So the data will first be ingested as a flat file, and um, it will then be loaded into uh, a staging layer in a database. So generally, when while migrating the data from file to to a permanent table in a database, so we employ several fast loading protocols, and every technology has a set of bulk loading options to achieve uh, the fast loading of data from a file to a permanent table. So with the help of, for one such example is Polybase in Azure. And if you take about Oracle, it is bulk load. And Teradata, we have this TPT kind of it. So I'm just giving some example to help you understand how to ingest the data from file to a table. So initially the data will be dumped into a staging layer, and staging is just a replica of the source. So there will not be any transformations or there will not be any business logics applied in the staging. So the data will remain as how we extract from the source. So it will be, or I would say it mimics the structure of this source layer. So once we have the data in the staging, so further the data needs to be cascaded into a target layer. So only while moving the data from staging to target, all the business logics and other transformations will be applied, and the data will be eventually loaded into target layer. And again, this target is our actual data warehouse, and it will be normalized, and also the data model the data model can be defined to suit our downstream reporting applications. And in this diagram, I've mentioned two different layers for staging and target, but actually this is just a logical separation. In a production environment, there will not be two different databases or I would say two different servers for staging and target. Both staging and target will be residing in the same data warehouse. So to differentiate staging, the way how we bifurcate staging and target is with the help of schemas. Staging will be defined in a separate schema, and target will be in a different schema. And as we know, once the data is loaded into target, so we define a lot of views, and with the help of views, the data will be further used in the reporting applications. So so in this illustration, we have seen how to do an incremental extract. Let's say if you wanted to do a full refresh of a table. So the very simple thing is we just need to remove this filter condition, and if you supply the source query, so it will become a typical scenario of a full refresh. But ideally, we will not be doing any kind of we will not be doing a full refresh on big tables. So any huge tables will only be using a incremental extract. But for some but for some unexpected situations like for production failures or something, so when we'll do some full refresh only in case of some business requirements, or so in majority of the cases, full refresh will happen only for small tables or dimension tables or reference tables. So with this, I come to the end of my presentation. So just to summarize, in this video, we have seen how to do a incremental extract, and with the help of watermarking concept. So I hope you would have found this video useful. So thanks for watching. So I will see you soon with a different topic. Thank you. Bye.